Hey everyone, welcome to this new chat with Deb. Today we're talking about ways to promote career readiness in your classroom and in your schools. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I have a 17-year-old son, so we're right in the thick of getting him ready to consider what he would like to do for post-graduation. Right now he currently is looking into something possibly sports related. He's also considering something in the medical field. So he's interested in a lot of different things, but has no real decisive idea of what he wants to do quite yet. This is very important to us and our family at this point in time, deciding, how to get him ready for whatever he decides to do after graduation. I have a lot of different tools and sites and ideas to share with you today. For this chat with Deb, I'm using a platform called Piktochart. Piktochart is great for making presentations, but it also allows you to make an infographic to share many different facts. And I thought, well, I'm going to share a lot of different facts with you today, but I also want to share some sites. So this was a perfect tool. I'm going to turn off my webcam so we can just focus on the infographic itself and all the things I have to share with you. This is an infographic that I found. I didn't make this one. 94% of our high school students who do participate in career and technical education end up fulfilling the employer's needs for high skills, high wage, and high demand. So it's very important that we consider all of the possibilities that there are within a career and technical education. So what I have are some free CTE skill training videos that you may want to use in your classroom just to help inform and inspire your students. For example, here's one that is of particular interest to me. These are videos on computer skills. And what we can do is watch this preview video. And these are actually really good. This one shows how to replace a processor. And this one is on computer basics. And actually, even though I'm a computer lady, I actually learned quite a bit just from watching this video on computer basics and hard drives. What these videos do is they really give students some general information about different career options that are available and get their interest kind of spiked. This one's on criminal justice, so here's one on how to clear a building, and I think students will find them really interesting. The previews are all free. Here's one that I had all on welding, so if you have students interested in welding, there's actual different videos and see, what is this kind of a career option. If you click right here on the CT skills videos, you'll see all of the possible options that there are in the different categories, which are listed right over here as well as right here. So just allowing your students access to some of these videos and allowing them some time to just kind of explore would be very useful, especially if students have not yet made up their mind of, what is it I want to do? These are great little videos. So here are some facts about students and engagement or disengagement. Elementary students showing about 76% are engaged. 61% of students are engaged in middle school, but by the time we reach high school, only about 44% of our students are showing engagement. There's a quote from the site that says, "Preparing young adults for success requires a different educational experience than what it did even a generation ago." To see the article that this information came from, go ahead and click on the Career and Readiness up in the top right corner, and you'll see this comes from the U.S. Department of Education. So these facts that I've been reading to you came right off of this site, and you can see here is the high school disengagement 2012 Gallup poll. Let's go ahead and get our students engaged, and one way to do that would be to encourage the exploration and invention in your school. Having a maker space or maker EDU in your classroom or LMC would be a great way to get your students more engaged. I have some sites here that you can click on for great ideas. Diana is the library media specialist, and she has a maker space that she has brought to her LMC, and she has just wonderful, wonderful resources that you can click on and get all kinds of ideas, including links to things to fill up a makerspace with. I have another link here to Diana's other site, Renovated Learning. And what I like about this is, here's Diana right here. What I like about this site is that you can go through and see their actual process of how they design their makerspace, but also how it's evolving and changing over time. Also, we have Edutopia, which has a great article and many other resources besides for starting a makerspace in your classroom or in your school, allowing students a place to go to explore, tinker, play, invent, and even just try something they've never tried before is going to have them much more engaged. Now let's talk a little bit about just inspiring our students to be their own bosses or their own entrepreneurs. Here's some facts. 30 million Americans actually work from home once a week, and this will increase by 63% in the next 5 years. 1 in every 5 Americans works from home. So just the idea of being your own entrepreneur is very appealing. If you click in the infographic on the title, it will take you to the site that I found this information from. So if we go down and look at facts about the 21st century, you're going to see some very interesting facts. One of the facts I found is that the very idea of what work is has changed and will be changing over the next few years. Our workforce is getting more diverse, and working from home is definitely on the rise. So being your own boss, having your own business is something that is going to become much more popular for our students. So to help with this, I have a couple sites. One is DIY.org. This site is so awesome. Students can go here and choose a type of career or entrepreneurship and explore that. So when you get to DIY.org, they have so many options for students. They even have online courses for kids, but we're going to click right here on the skills tab. This is where we're going to see all the different skills that are available, and they have a lot of different skills. You can also sort by category over here. But if I'm scrolling down here, what I can do if I'm a student is I can click on one of these options. I can look at the different possibilities. I can look here and I can say, oh, hey, I could make a cardboard toy. I could build a cardboard contraption. I could make a cardboard game. When I click on one of these, it will actually open up that project. It allows the students to then view other students who have made these projects. Some are pictures, some are actual videos that have been submitted. But what I can do is get inspired by these others that have done this project, and then I can post my own project right to this site and let others see what I've created. What a great way for students to explore entrepreneurship, doing something for themselves, creating something on their own. As I said, there are courses here. You can explore other options. This is a great site just for getting students interested in something they can do for themselves. The mint.org has some amazing interactives and information for students who are considering being an entrepreneur, and also just getting them career ready for what it is going to be like once they get out on their own and they have to manage their own money and take care of themselves financially. So there's the Be Your Own Boss Challenge. Here students take this challenge to find out would they actually have what it takes to run their own business. And it's just a series of about 14 questions that they go through, and at the end it'll tell them with their skills whether they would be able to handle being their own boss. The next one is Decode Your Paycheck. So here is a little interactive in which students actually can take a look at how their paycheck is set up. One of my favorites is the debt calculator. I click on like concert tickets for $199, and then they can enter the amount they wish to pay each month. Let's say I'm going to pay $20 a month. I'm going to calculate my interest, and so it'll show here how long it would take for me to pay that off. So I think that's a really useful thing for students. Another one is just how to write a check. So we have an actual interactive here. We can fill in the blanks and put in our date, put in our amount, put in our pay to order. There's balance in your checking account. In this case, students will actually get a transaction that they have to enter into the register and see if by the end they come up with the correct balance. Another one is a starting salary. So we have a list of occupations and the starting salary and also the education that's required. So I thought this one was pretty interesting and a good place to send students when they're considering their careers. And then we have investing your money. So thinking about, not just making money, but how am I going to invest that money? And again, these are all links that students can click on. And they can play the compounding calculator game or the power of 72 calculator, which is pretty interesting. The mint.org has so many different options. I'm on the tips for teens, the ones I've shown you, but there's also one for kids and parents as well as teachers. So this site is definitely worth checking out. I hope the sites I've shared with you today will be useful in your classroom and with your students to prepare them for career readiness. Whether they check out some of those CTE options and those free videos, there's also the option to start a makerspace and allow kids an area or a space to actually do some hands-on work of their own, some inventions, some tinkering, some playing, to try things out that way. And then remember, there is the mint.org with all of those interesting interactives that students can try out to prepare them for living financially on their own after high school graduation. You could also have your students use this great site that I've been sharing with you today, PictoChart, to create their own infographic on their career options, and they could put together something to share out with the class about careers that they're possibly considering, maybe even adding in some facts about salary or of jobs available. So I hope you've enjoyed this chat with Deb. And if you have a 17-year-old son like I do at home, I wish you much luck in guiding him in a path that will make your son or daughter very happy with whatever choice they make. All right, take care, everybody. Talk to you next time.